So what is beauty? It's the same question, sir, put in different words. What are you? What is the nature and the structure of you apart from the biological factor? What are you? Pass some exams, get a degree, get a job, a physicist, a scientist, a treasurer for a government. What are you? That is very closely related to what is beauty. When you look at a mountain, snow-capped, deep valleys, blue, deep hills, what do you feel? What's your real response to all that? Don't you know? Aren't you for a second or a few minutes absolutely shocked by it? The greatness, the immensity, the blue valley, the extraordinary light, and the blue sky against the snow-clad mountains. What happens to you at that moment when you look at that? The grandeur, the majesty of those mountains. What do you feel? Do you, for the moment or for a few minutes, exist at all? You understand my question? Please don't agree. Look at it very closely. At that moment, when you look at something grand, immense, majestic, you for a second don't exist, right? You've forgotten your worries and your wife and your children, your job, all the messiness of one's life. At that moment, you say, you're stunned by it. Which is that for that second, the grandeur has wiped all your memories for a second. Then you come back. What happens during that second? Go on, sir. What happens when you are not there? That is beauty. You understand? When you are not there. No. Don't agree, sir. Don't you shake your head, yes. So, there, the grandeur, the majesty of a mountain or a lake or that river early in the morning, making a golden path. For the second you have forgotten everything. That is, when the self is not, there is beauty. You understand from this? When you are not, with all your problems and responsibilities, your traditions, all that rubbish, not your family, then there is beauty. Right? When you are not there, like a child with a toy. As long as the toy is complex and he plays with it, the toy absorbs him, right? Takes him over. Moment the toy is broken, he's back to whatever he was doing. So we are like that. We are absorbed by the mountain. It's a toy for us for a second or for a few minutes. And we go back to our world. And we are saying, without a toy, nothing to absorb you, take you over. You understand what I'm saying? No? You know how a child behaves when you give him a toy? Or haven't you watched? The toy becomes so to the child extraordinary. He's amused, he plays with it. For a few minutes or few hours or few days, the toy takes him over. Right? You understand my meaning? So the mountain has taken you over. Right? And can you, without being absorbed by something great, be free of yourself? You understand my question? No, you don't understand. You're too clever. That's what's the matter with all of you. Too much learning. You're not simple enough. If you are very simple, not in clothes, deeply simple in yourself, you will discover something extraordinary. But you're covered over with a lot of knowledge, experience, and so on.